Welcome everybody. My name is Jalyn. This is JoyAffirmingYoga. This is our first virtual class together. Today's going to be a basics class that is accessible for all levels of expertise with yoga, whether it's your first time or whether it's your 1,000th class. We're going to do a basics class today. Before we get started, I have some wonderful news to share with you guys. So this weekend I had my graduation ceremony and officially completed my certification with my 200-hour yoga teacher training. It's something that I worked very hard for. I met a lot of wonderful people, and through the support of my friends, my community, and my family, I was able to finish. It wasn't easy, but that's what made it worth it itself. It wasn't just about getting a piece of paper, but the journey itself was amazing. So to get started today, we're going to do a pranayama exercise, a few pranayama exercises. Our first one is going to be 4-4-6-2 breath. So it's going to be an inhale for 4, hold for 4, and an exhale for 6, and a hold for 2. So 4-4-6-2. So before we get started, I want you to enter into the same pose that I'm in right now, which is the Sukhasana, or easy seated pose, but for lack of better words, we're gonna keep it simple. Just crisscross applesauce, you feel me? So have an easy seated pose. You can come down onto your mats. You see I have a block underneath my hips. See, I'm a little tall and lanky, you feel me? So my hips are a little bit tight. So you don't want that pinch to be at your hips if you do have that tightness. So have a block up underneath you. And as you get into your crisscross applesauce, you can soften your gaze. Close your eyes. You're safe. And like I said, we're gonna do a 4-4-6-2 breath. And begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Big inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Big inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Last one. Big inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can slowly begin to open that gaze and open your eyes. Come back to your body a little bit. We just wanted to calm our nervous system down before we get started on our next pranayama exercise, which is Kapalabhati breathing or Kapalabhati breath. So it's good for boosting our lung capacity, boosting our endorphins before we get moving momentarily. So let's take our fingers and interlace them right in front of us. Take those hands and flip them. So your hands should be facing me, your palms should be facing me, and rise a little bit above your forehead. So you're gonna take a big inhale and have 30 soft exhalations like you're blowing out a candle. Like I said, we're gonna get moving. It's good for boosting those endorphins. So let's take a big inhale and exhale, exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big inhale, rise at the top with both of those arms. Both those hands go to the ceiling and to the sky. If you're outside, take that right hand down right beside you and exhale. Lengthen out for a lateral side reach. Lengthen those muscles, those intercostal muscles, those muscles in between our rib cage. Lengthen those lats. Really stretch out. Let that exhale. My one rule is for us to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Let's take that left hand that we're extending with and cross it over on the knee across, which would be your right. You're gonna take that right hand behind you You're gonna twist your shoulders and boost the chest. Don't forget to boost your chest and look over your right shoulder. Show some love to that left shoulder girdle, that rear delt perhaps, maybe even that trap. Let's come back to center, big inhale, both arms rise to the sky, left hand comes down. Lateral side reach with that right arm. Feel those intercostals, those muscles in between that rib cage really lengthen. Feel those lats lengthen. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Take that right hand and cross it over to your left knee. That left hand comes behind you. And give yourselves a little bit of a twist. Boost that chest a little bit and look over that left shoulder this time. Let's take a big inhale and exhale. Come back to center. Let's take our hands and interlace them right behind our head, right behind that occiput. Let's take our elbows and maybe close them in just a little bit and scoop up like an ice cream scoop. Scoop those elbows up to the ceiling or to the sky. Show some love to that upper back perhaps. So a condition a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but some people are affected by is kyphosis, which is that curvature of the upper back or upper spine area. You want to avoid that. You're on the phone 12 hours a day. You're at the office, 8 hours a day. You got that curvature in that upper back. A yawn stretch is great for reducing that tension in that upper back. Let's release that. And now, if you have a block up underneath you, you can toss it aside. We're going to enter into a tabletop position. Let's have a tabletop. So, and within my yoga practice, I like to do glutes and abs because I want to take care of the low back. And it should be a little bit of strengthening that you build with yoga, just not feeling like a car wash noodle. So you want to build a little bit of strength, and particularly in the glutes and abs to take care of that low back. So let's have our tabletop position. Glutes and abs, we're going to keep it really simple today. So we're going to do a fire hydrant, a kick, and then a hamstring curl. So I'll show you how it looks. Fire hydrant, kick, hamstring curl. That's one. Fire hydrant, kick, hamstring curl. That's two. Fire hydrant, kick, hamstring curl. Bring it back in. Fire hydrant, kick, hamstring curl. That's four, I think. Fire hydrant, kick, hamstring curl, and that's five. I'm gonna turn the other way. You can stay where you're at, just so I can show you the other side. Let's do this other side. Fire hydrant, kick out, hamstring curl. Bring it in, that's one. Fire hydrant, kick out, hamstring curl. That's two. Fire hydrant, kick, hamstring curl. That's three. Fire hydrant, kick out, hamstring curl. That's four. Last one. Fire hydrant, kick out, hamstring curl. That's five. And we're always going to strengthen and stretch. So let's immediately get into our pigeon. So our pigeon is going to have variations because I always want it to be available. So our pigeon can look just as such. Bringing our left knee to our left wrist, and then having a little diagonal angle with our leg coming across the mat. But we want accessibility. Not everybody can do a pigeon just like this. So you are welcome to come just on your left hip, just like this. Almost have your left butt cheek on the ground pretty much. You'll feel that same stretch of that left glute. So that is available if you want to do that variation. Take a big inhale, and let's exhale. Let's get the other side. So let's take that right knee to right wrist, and have a little diagonal go across the mat with that right knee. And like I said, the variation of coming onto your hip just as such, that's welcome as well and encouraged. And from our pigeon, let's take a big inhale and exhale. Let's come back into our tabletop. From our tabletop, we're going to do abs as well. I'm going to keep it really simple today. This is our first class. It's a basics class. So with our right hand, wiggle those fingers, wiggle that hand, that right hand. You're gonna stretch out and reach out. With that left foot and left leg, you're gonna kick out. That's 1. Keeping everything in the air. Reach out, right arm, left leg. That's 2. Come in, maybe have it touch, reach out. Right arm, left hand, left leg, that's 3. Right arm, left leg, reach out, that's 4. Right arm, left leg, reach out, that's 5. Now we're gonna do the other side, because we always gotta have balance. Left arm, right leg. Bring everything in. Maybe have it touch, that's 1. Bring it in. Kick out, reach out, that's 2. Bring in. Reach out, kick out, that's 3. Bring in. Reach out, kick out, that's 4. Last one, bring it in. Reach out and kick out, that's 5. Now, like I said, we're always gonna strengthen and stretch for glutes and abs. That's the last kind of workout portion that we're gonna do. So we're gonna come on prone, onto our bellies for a baby cobra. You're gonna be up on your elbows. Your feet are like flippered, like a seal. You don't wanna have your head go all the way back because we don't wanna restrict our breathing. So you have your chin a little bit tucked and you're gonna push up from your elbows to stretch out that abdominal area. Take a big inhale, place those hands into the mat, and we're gonna push back into a child pose, balasana. So your big toes, maybe giving each other a little kiss. Your arms are gonna be stretched out, and you can place your forehead on the mat if you like. Something that I like to do for my child pose is have my elbows propped up on a block. If you do have a block available, great for the upper back release. If you got some tension in that upper back, that's great. This is a great way to alleviate that. Just giving you some options for your child pose. And we can hold here for 3, big inhale, safe exhale, 2, big inhale, and safe exhale, 1. Coming back into our tabletop, we're gonna do threaders. So threaders are really simple. Let's take our right hand and open up to the sky or to the ceiling with our right hand. And we're gonna thread it under our left armpit. Right ear, right shoulder touches the ground, that's 1, open up. Right hand, thread that under. That's 2, really reach. Inhale. Right arm, and exhale, let's rest here. That palm is facing up with that right hand. Let's hold here for 3, 2, take a big inhale, and 1, release. For threaders in between, I like to do 3 cat-cows. So for our cow, we're gonna inhale, lift our head. Exhale, belly to spine. Big inhale, belly big, lifting our head. And exhale for our cat, belly to spine. Last one, big inhale, belly big. And exhale, belly to spine for our cat. Now let's get threaders on the other side. So we're gonna take our left hand and open up. Inhale to the sky with that left hand. Exhale, thread under. That's 1, big inhale. Open up with that left hand, thread under. That's 2. Last one, we're gonna rest on 3. Big inhale, with that left hand going to the sky, and exhale. Resting here, you see my palm is facing up. I'm holding here, let's hold here for 3. Feel that release in that left shoulder and that rear delt and that trap, 2. And 1. Come back into our tabletop and let's get 3 more cat-cows. Big inhale, belly big. Safe exhale, belly to spine for our cat. Big inhale, belly big. Safe exhale, letting the head hang heavy, belly to spine. Last one, big inhale, belly big, and safe exhale, belly to spine. And let's come into our first down dog. So a trick that I like to use in case you have a really slippery mat and the surface is a little wobbly is to grab the sides of your mat. Luckily, that's not the case for me today, but I'm just giving you a suggestion in case your mat is a little bit slippery. So you're gonna tuck your toes, dorsiflex. Your hands are gonna be placed firmly into the ground. Your feet are placed firmly into the ground. You're gonna lift your knees up from the ground. They don't have to go straight yet because we're just still warming up. You can have a soft bend in the knees. You see my tailbone is almost getting pulled to the ceiling. Like I said, your knees don't have to be straight for your down dog. If you have a little bit of issues with your wrists or your shoulders and you want to take some of that weight off your upper body, bending your knees helps with that and alleviates that. So for my down dog, let's take a big inhale and look forward. And you can either walk or hop to your hands to the front of your mat. So I'll show you the hop, how that looks. Or you can walk your feet wide to your hands for a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, roll that body up to standing. Powerful. Both arms rise to the sky. And exhale to our heart center. So that was your first basics warm up of today's class. Shake it out, shake it out. You might be feeling a little warm, feeling like you might be ready to move a little bit. So we're gonna be starting at the top or front of our mats for a Sun A salutation. So we're gonna do a few sun salutations. Sun A is having our feet at our hips, hip width, and our chest is high, and our arms are gonna inhale. Powerful and firm to the ceiling, or to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana with a flat back. Exhale, placing our hands down and stepping back into a Phalakasana. High push-up, low push-up, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, forward facing dog. Exhale, flipping those feet and coming into a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And from here, we can take our dog for a little walk if you want to show some love to that posterior chain, those calves, that hamstring, maybe even those glutes. Like I said, we want to take care of that low back. I don't like to say older, I like to say as we get more seasoned. Pedal those feet. Take a big inhale and look forward to the front of your mat, and you can step wide or hop to your hands for a forward fold. Inhale, half lift or flat back. Exhale, forward fold, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, roll that body up and lift that torso up to standing. And exhale, come to your heart center. So that was a Sun A salutation. I think we got another one. So let's do one more. Sun A salutation. Big inhale. Both arms rise. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale. Half lift or flat back. Your half lift can come to your fingertips, your shins, or your knees. Forward fold. Step back. Place those hands down. Chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, forward facing dog, flipper those feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. So with our down dog, we're gonna do something a little different this time, like a small variation. So let's take our left foot and wrap it around our right foot. Majority of your weight should be on your left leg, your left foot. Show some love to that IT band. Come back to center. Take your right foot and wrap it around your left. Your weight should predominantly be on your right foot this time. Show some love to that IT band one more time. Come back to center. And now we're gonna inhale, look forward at our hands, and then we're gonna get ready to walk wide or hop to the front of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Roll that body up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana, exhale. Come down to our heart center. So I like small workout portions. I know I said I wouldn't do anything earlier. We're gonna stand firm at the top of our mats, at the front of our mats, and we're gonna do 10 calf raises, lifting up from the heels, up onto our tiptoes. So let's get 10, lift up, come down, 9, lift up, come down, 8, lift up, come down, 7, lift up, come down, 6, lift up, come down, 5, lift up, come down, 4, lift up, come down, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. The calves are like the heartbeat of the lower legs. Got them a little pump. So we're gonna do a sun B. A sun B is a little different. It has a similar cadence and flow. So our first pose is gonna be a chair pose in our sun B salutation. So standing at the front, at the top of our mats. How would you sit in the chair? Just like this, kind of just, dipping down with your hips. So our chair pose is gonna look as such, with our arms extended. Take a big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, same thing, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, step back, high push up, Phalakasana to Chaturanga. Inhale, flipper those feet, forward facing dog. Exhale, flip those feet again and downward facing dog. So here's where Sun B takes a little bit of a twist other than that chair. Let's take our left leg, because I'm a lefty. We want to extend it to the back of our mats. Bring your left leg to your left wrist. Make sure your feet are like a train track, because we're going to stand and lift our torso up. So make sure your feet are not like a tightrope so we don't tip over. Let's take our hands. That back heel is elevated. Inhale. Both arms rise to the sky. Powerful. Exhale. Forward fold, come back down with those hands. Let's come back into our down dog position. And what do we gotta do? We gotta do the other side. So let's take that right leg to the back of the mat. Bring it to our right wrist. Step forward. Make sure our feet are like a train track, like I mentioned. Inhale. That back heel is elevated. Both arms rise. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale. Forward fold. Come down with those hands. We're gonna step back into a high plank, because we're gonna Vinyasa. So, Phalakasana, Chaturanga. Inhale, forward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. And what do we gotta do for our Vinyasa? We gotta make our feet to make our way to our hands. So we're gonna walk or hop our feet to our hands. For our forward fold, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And with a Sun B, you always come back into a chair pose. So we're gonna lift our torso up into a chair pose. Inhale, back into our chair pose. Exhale, come back to standing. So that was our Sun B salutation. Come on, give yourself a round of applause. So we're gonna do a few balancing exercises. For our balance exercise, I'm gonna keep it really simple. So let's do a dancer or a tree to dancer pose. I have these sweats on, so I'm not gonna be able to do it the way that I like to, but I'm gonna show you a demonstration. So for our tree pose, you can have a block next to your foot. When you look outside, all trees look different. Trees aren't in a rush to grow. So our tree can be at this height with our left foot right up on, or our left heel right on that right ankle, and our foot is a little turned. This is tree pose. Tree pose is also not using the block and having ourselves just balance on both feet with that left heel and that right foot. You can also have tree pose come up to your calf. You can also have tree pose, you can pull up your foot and bring it up above your thigh. I have these sweats on, like I said, so I might not be able to do it the way I would like to. So I'm gonna pull it to my calf. Arms go to a T. Inhale, pinkies together, like a lunch tray. Exhale, pinkies come apart. Inhale, pinkies come together, hands come together like a lunch tray. Exhale, hands come apart. And now let's grow our tree tall. Inhale, tree grows tall. You got that balance. Maybe a soft knee bend can help with your grounding. Exhale, back to a T. Inhale, tree grows tall, right above our crown. Exhale, back to a T. And now we're gonna go from our tree pose straight into our dancer pose. So let's take our left hand to our left knee and slide it down that ankle. And our dancer is gonna be just as such. You can have a soft bend in that knee if you wanna get some more balance. And you can extend your arm, that right arm, for a little garnish, a little cherry on top. And the dancer, you might feel in your hip flexor, a little bit in your quad. Having this dancer pose. Now let's take our hand and tuck that knee, because I always like to counter stretch. You can release, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Oof. What do we gotta do? We gotta do the other side. So like I mentioned, you can have that block next to you if you want your tree to have some height, but you still want that balance. You can have that block next to your foot. Or you could have no block and just stand beside. Or you can take your hand, your foot to your calf, or you can grab that foot and pull it up above your knee. And once you got your balance, make sure you, if you need to, you have a soft bend in your knee for some balance. Arms to a T. Inhale. Pinkies together, hands come together. Exhale. Hands come apart. Inhale. Pinkies together. Exhale. Pinkies apart. Branches to a T. Let's grow our branches tall. Inhale. Branches grow tall. Exhale. Back to a T. Inhale. Branches grow tall. Exhale. Back to a T. And now let's take our hand to our right knee. Slide it down to that right ankle. And let's lean forward with our tree to dancer. You can have that left arm extend if you want a little bit of a treat. So let me go at this angle so you guys maybe can see a little better for our dancer. Lean forward, show some love to that right quad, that right hip flexor. You can bring it up with that knee. Tuck it, tuck it, tuck it, tuck it. And just let it go, shake it out, shake it out. So as we finish up with our last standing pose, you can toss your block aside. Your feet are gonna be wide. Your feet are gonna be wide. So let me stand at this angle. So you're not gonna have an anterior tilt like you're 21 and you just got your idea and you waiting in line at the club. No, you're gonna have a posterior tilt, okay? So you're gonna have a posterior tilt, and I'll show you that one more time. Feet are gonna be wide. Your heels are gonna be a little bit pointed in, and your toes are pointed out. So we're gonna do a goddess pose. The lower you are, you might feel that burn in them quads, you might feel it in your glutes a little bit. Arms are like a goalpost. Powerful, strong, grounded in our goddess. Bring our hands to center. Let's take a big inhale. Exhale, palms go to the sky. Inhale, pull it back to center. Exhale, palms push out our sides. Inhale, pull it back to center. Exhale, push it down on the earth. Lift up, inhale. Back to center. Exhale, palms come to me. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, palms go to the sky. Spirit bomb, Goku. Inhale, pull it back to center. Exhale, palms push out our sides. Almighty pain, push. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, push down in the earth, kind of like Avatar. Lift up, inhale, back to center. Exhale, give me high fives. You can pull it back to center. You can come back into standing. Shake it out, shake it out. So that was our goddess. And we're gonna make our way down to the ground. So we're gonna do that nice and easy. You can use a block, you can use your knee if you wanna get down there nice and slow. Your feet are gonna be flat. Your feet are gonna be flat. And let's recline back on our mats. Nice and soft. And we're gonna do a figure 4 stretch before we enter our Shavasana, because I always wanna show love to the hips. The hips hold a lot of trauma. The hips hold a lot of tension. The hips hold a lot of our root chakra energy, where we don't feel grounded, we don't feel balanced. So we're gonna do a figure 4 stretch. So let's take our right ankle and put it on that left knee. Just as such. Let's take our hands and interlace them and lift that left leg up. And right where my hands are interlaced is right behind that left leg, right above that knee. And you can give it a little pull to your apex, right at the top of your head. Show some love to that right glute. Now let's take our right hand on the outside part of our right leg, or our right knee, and give it a little hug to our left shoulder or to our chest, stretching a different part of our glutes. Our muscles have multiple parts, so sometimes you gotta stretch them in different ways and at different angles. Give it a little hug. And the last portion of our figure 4 stretch is to allow see this right foot. You're gonna allow the sole of your right foot to twist and come down flat on the ground. This is the last portion of our figure 4, showing some love to our glutes. Take some tension out of that low back. You see in my right ankle and my left knee are still connected. Let's come back to center. We're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So our left ankle is gonna come to our right knee. Take those hands, interlace them, go in between, yep. And give yourselves a little tug to your apex, or the top of your head, right up under that right thigh. Take that left hand on the outside of that left knee and give it a hug. And allow that left sole of your foot to collapse. Let everything twist and collapse. Your arms can be at a T, and if you want to look the opposite direction of where your legs are, you can. You're welcome to do that. And see how that feels. You can lift everything up and come back to center. And as we close for our Shavasana, I want you to adjust your own Shavasana, because I'm not physically with you right now. So let's have our knees knocked together. Let's take our hands to our waist or to our hips and lay out flat, our back flat. Let's take our hands to the back of our head and make sure our head is nice and softly placed on the ground and our spine is completely straight now. And let's take our arms to a T with our palms facing the ceiling or the sky. And if that feels a little too vulnerable for you, you can have your hands over your heart. You can soften your gaze and close your eyes and remember that you're safe. And as we close, we're going to do the same breathing exercises that we opened class with. So I'm going to sit up, but I want you guys to stay in your Shavasana where you're at. And begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Big inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. A few more. Big inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2. Last one. Big inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Safe exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Allow your spirits to come back to your body. Don't move just yet. You can open up your eyes. Maybe you can wiggle your fingers. Maybe you can move your toes. Maybe think about which side that you want to lay on, left or right. Either one is fine. And now you can decide to take a big inhale and maybe push up a little bit so you're upright. And if you can meet me in this position that we started in, remember the Sukhasana, easy seated pose, crisscross applesauce. Tuck a block underneath if you need to. And let's place our hands over our hearts. And we can close our eyes one last time. With so much gratitude for African spirituality and dance, Danish gymnastics, and of course the subcontinent of India for giving us the gift of yoga, we end this class letting the mind surrender into the art and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much thank you all so much for joining today's basics class. My name is Jalyn, this is JoyAffirmingYoga. This is, a space where I want you to have comfort and feel just the grace of a yoga mat being your place of peace, your place of comfort. So thank you so much for joining today's class. I do take, donations, if that's something that's available to you. I appreciate, just your attendance alone. I have the link or everything in the description if you would like to donate. My rule for class is just that you breathe. That's all. So I'm happy that we were able to breathe together. I do offer a supplement brand that you'll see in the description as well. This is my holistic natural mushroom blend, Love Thy Cells. Just an offer. It's something that I've been doing for about 2 years, and I offer it as my approach of just having holistic wellness available for my community and those that are interested. So like I said, thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you next class. Peace. Oh, and you can catch me in person every Sunday. I'll be at Vine Street Community Center. This is my home, my city, my town, Roxbury, Boston. Like I said, Vine Street Community Center, 339 Dudley Street, at about 10:30 a.m. every Sunday. Peace.